Tony sir will be taking through all of us an entire journey full of edutainment with MX Excel. Sir will be covering every single important feature in simple and easy way to understand language, along with practical examples and working templates to get our hands dirty as we all will jump into this edutainment uh, workshop. So, sir will be covering today some of the important features of Microsoft Excel, that is sorting, filtering, pivot table, and functions. So, over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Asim sir. So, good afternoon, everyone. Please let me share my screen now. So, Asim sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. It's visible.
So, dear participants, welcome to the second leg of value-added course on Excel Essentials for the Real World. So, today we'll be covering basically three aspects. First is sorting of data, second is filtering of data, and how we can use the pivot table to analyze our data into a simplest form. So coming to the sorting of data in a spreadsheet, what is the meaning of sorting? So sorting is basically any process of arranging the items systematically and has two common yet distinct meanings. It means we can sort the data or we can order the data. Sorting can be categorized into two distinct meanings. That is ordering the data and categorizing the data. Ordering means arranging the items in a sequence ordered by some criteria. Suppose I have a database with me containing the list of students and their marks along with their ranks in the class. So I want to order the data according to the rank, that is from increasing order, from one rank till n number of ranks depending upon the number of students available in the class. Second is categorizing the data. Categorizing means on the basis of the percentage code. Suppose I have a range of percentage with me in the database. It varies from 50% to 100% of data, and I have stacked them into different categorization or groups. Suppose I have categorized some people or some students into the group range of 50 to 60%, 60 to 70%, 70 to 80, 80 to 90, and 90 and above. So we can also categorize the set of data according to the requirement. So how sorting can be done? Sorting of data can be done in the form of text, that is from A to Z or Z to A, in the form of numbers, from descending to ascending or ascending to descending, according to the date and time, according to the cell color, according to the font color and cell icons. So before we proceed to the first activity of the day, I'll share one data with you all people. I'll share the data set. So I request all the participants to kindly please allow me to share it. Yes, I have shared the data in the chat box. You can download the Excel file from the same. I hope you people have got the data set in the chat box. Asif sir, is it there in the chat box? I have shared the data set with them. Okay, just give me a minute. I'll share it again. I hope you've got the data set now. Right. So I request you all to please download the data set into your systems so that we can further proceed it. As rightly said by Asim sir, we have to get our hands dirty with this data set so that we can get it practiced and we can get the output of the session through the practice sessions only. Yes, coming to the activity now. This is basically, my screen is not visible. I'll stop it and share it again. Now is it visible?
Sir, it's visible on my end, but the students are saying
Okay. Now please give me the response that whether my screen is visible now. I hope it's visible now. Yes. Thank you for the feedback. So we can move to the task 4 of this workshop and task 1 of this day. So as per the data set, you have to perform the following activities on the data sets, right? So we have 3 minutes to do. So you have to sort the data by the employee ID in order of largest to smallest, name by A to Z, and date of joining from by newest to oldest. And you have 3 minutes to do this activity. So your time starts now. So dear participants, I have shared the Excel file in the chat box only. Please download the same from the chat box. Kindly get the data set downloaded from the chat box. I've shared the Excel file in the chat box. Saurabh, it's there in the chat box. You can download the same. So your half time is over. Those who have completed, please let me know your responses by typing in the chat box. Those who have not got the file, kindly download it from the chat box. It's there in the chat box. Just scroll up. I've shared 3 or 4 times in this chat box only. I'll share it again for your convenience. last 1 minute left for this activity. So Anjali, you have done. So I request Asim sir to make Anjali as a panelist. We want to see how Anjali has performed this activity on the screen.
Okay.
Almost last 30 seconds. Yes, Anjali, you can join as a panelist. For those who want to share the screen, kindly raise your hand. We'll be promoting you as a panelist. Yes, Anjali is there. I'll stop sharing my screen and the time is up for this activity. Yes, Anjali, now you can share your screen. Yes, you can unmute yourself. What was the task? First was to sort the data by employee ID in order of largest to smallest.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Anjali, you can go ahead and let us know how you have done that.
Sir, from this drop down,
Okay. So you have used this drop down to sort the data.
yes, sir.
Okay. What about the next task? Second one.
Name.
Name by A to
Name
Z.
from A to Z.
Yes. Then date of joining from
Oldest to newest.
newest to oldest.
Oh,
Right. So what you have observed that while sorting the data by the ID first, then by name, and then by date of joining, all the three criteria have been applied separately, right? So Anjali, if I want
yes,
to
sir.
apply the same in one go, how we can do that? Any idea?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you,
So
sir.
please allow me to share my screen now. Yes. So is my screen visible now? Okay, thank you. So this was my data set, and Anjali has performed the sorting using this filter command, right? But as of now, we are learning the sort command. So how we can do that? And if I want to sort this whole data set in a one go with all the three criteria, how we can do that? Simply click on any of the cell in this data set. Okay, move to the data option. In the ribbon bar, there is an option to sort this data. Click on this sort button. So a dialog box will be there. So in this data set, you have a header row with yourself, right? This ID, staff type, and name designation is my header row. So we have to click my data as a header. Okay, my data has a header. I'll make it again. So over here, in this, I want to sort my data first by ID. Right? So ID is my column number A. I want to sort my data by, what was the criteria, from largest to smallest or smallest to largest? It was from largest to smallest. So I'll select the order of this sorting. Now I want to add a level because I want to add another level of sorting in this criteria only. Click on add level button. Then we have to sort the names. Name is in column C. Over there, I again want to sort this by values from A to Z. Again, I want to add a level because I want to sort the data set again by date of joining. So this is my column E. Over here, I'll select newest to oldest. So all the three criteria has been set in this same dialog box, right? So press on OK. So you see that your data has been sorted according to our criteria. Is it fine? Right? So moving on, coming to the next task, we have a task 5 over here. So you have to perform the following activity as per the data set provided. Now you have to sort the data by staff type according to the cell color. Blue should be on the top, font color red on the bottom, and cell icons green on the top. So you have to complete this task within 3 minutes, and the data set is same. Your time will start now. Those who have completed the task can raise your hand. So on the same data set as we have done earlier in the task 4, so you have to perform the following activities as per the data set provided. You have to sort the data by staff type according to the cell color, in which blue color should be on the top, font color red on the bottom, and cell icon green on the top. Yes, Kritika has done this. So, Seem sir, could you please provide the rights to Kritika to promote her? Just want to have a look how she has done that. Yes, your half time is over. You have 1.5 minutes to complete this activity. Last 1 minute. Make it fast. We have to build our speed also while doing these activities. The timer is only there to build up your speed. Last 30 seconds. One clarification regarding the link which we have shared in the form of attendance sheet, that is only for the LPU faculty and staff who is attending this workshop. So attendance for the students is not mandatory. Need not to fill the form. Your time is up. Yes, I'll show how we can do this. So we have to perform this activity. We have to sort the data by staff type according to cell color. So I'll move to my data set. We have to sort the staff type according to cell color. How we can do that? Go to sort option, right? So I'll delete the previous ones. So I have to sort the data by staff type first. Now, in the values column, there is a drop down option. We have to sort the data by cell color, right? And in this, blue color should be on the top. So I hope we are having a blue color in this. No. Okay. Okay, we need to assign the colors first to this data set. Suppose I'll be allocating the cell colors from here. So blue, blue, blue. Then second criteria was font colors. Now over here I'll select the font colors to red, font colors to the red. Randomly I'm assigning it. And third one was cell icons, green on the top. So where are my cell icons? It's in the column F, that is salary column, right? So we'll move to the data, click on sort. From the sorting option, I need to select the staff type. Over here, cell color. You can see a blue color cell is showing over there. Just click on this. It should be on the top, right? So second level criteria, staff type with font color red on bottom, and third one was our cell icons green on top. Okay, this was our criteria. If we can go back to our task 5, we have to sort the data by staff type according to cell color blue on the top, font color red on the bottom, and cell icons green on the top. This was the criteria to sort the data. So I have added my criteria according to this. Press on OK. So we will be able to see that the blue color cell icons have been moved to the top. Okay. Then we can see about our third criteria, which was green icons on the top, and if we can move downwards to the bottom, we can see the font color red at the last leg of the data set. So in this way, we can use multiple criteria and multiple ways to sort our data. Okay. So coming to the filtering of data in the spreadsheets. So filtering of data displays only the rows which meets our criteria and hides other rows that we do not want to display. Suppose in a class set of 50 people, right? In a class set of 50 people, I need the student's name who have scored more than 80% marks. So while using the filter, so if I can filter out the students who have scored more than 80% of marks, right? So while applying the criteria, the total list is of 50 students and 20 students are there who have scored more than 80% of marks. So when I applied the filter, the rest of the 30 rows will be hidden from the database and will not be displayed. We'll see it in the further part of our presentation. And we can use more than one filter at a time. And filters are additive in nature. It is for your information, which means we can add additional filters which are based on the current filter. Suppose in the same data set, out of 50 students, I have filtered the data for the students who have scored more than 80% of marks, and my second filter, that is additive in nature, which I was talking about, I have again added a filter, the students where the first name has been started by alphabet A, right? So I can filter the data according to that also, or according to the location also where they are residing. So these are additive in nature. So what are the types of filter? Filter can be done by the list of values, which is equal to, does not equal to, we can filter out the values greater than or greater than equal to, less than equal to, between the values. By the types of filter, by color, by date or time, by bottom numbers, below average, above average. We can do side by side also, and by our criteria. So firstly, we'll move to the list of values. How we can do that? Move to my filter sheet. So how we can apply the filter? We don't want to apply because filters are additive in nature. So we have to apply filter at once in all the columns which are available with us. Some of the mistakes that generally this people make, that while applying the filter, suppose I want to filter this equipment detail, right? So people generally do select this column, apply the filter over here, which is a wrong application of the filter. So how we can apply it? So you need to select your top row, that is your header row. Select your top row, apply a filter on it. Now you can see the filter has been applied in each and every column where the data is available, right? Okay. So moving on, types of filters. Firstly, I want to apply this filter by equal, does not equal, greater than, equal to. Okay. So this is my values. In this column, column number A, I have my values. So how can I filter it? Simply press this drop down button. You can number the filters in which the options are available. Suppose I want to filter out the ID number 1033. So I'll select the equal option 1033 and press OK. So you'll be able to see over here in the status bar, you can able to see that one of 29 records are found in this data set. The total record was 29 rows, and as and when I apply a filter over here, so one record is available. Rest all the record has been hidden. Okay, we can also apply. So over here I have applied the filter. If I want to clear this filter, I can simply press this drop down and we have an option to clear this filter from the ID. Okay, again 29 rows are there. So we can filter by greater than also, greater than equal to. Suppose I want to filter out the IDs with more than, greater than, equal to the value 1100, 1100. We'll press OK. So we can see that 19 values are there whose IDs are greater than or equal to 1100. Okay. Similarly, we can explore some other options also. Suppose between, I want to get the values in between. I can apply this criteria, which is greater than equal to 1100 and is less than equal to 3000. I'll press OK. So you can see the values between 1100 and 3000 are available on the screen, and rest has been hidden as a part of filter criteria. Is it okay? Any doubt? Yes, any doubt? Okay. So in this way, we can filter out the values out of this Excel data. Next is by format. We can also filter the same by color, by date or time. Okay, we'll do one by one. How we can filter the data by color. I'll move again back to my data set. Over here, you can see in this sheet only one single color is available. Okay. Okay, we'll allot some colors. I'll allocate blue to the laptop, some other red color to the others, green color to the projectors. Okay. We'll also assign some colors to these people. Purple color, some blue color also, right? So how we can filter the data by the color? Suppose we have some color coding in our data set. Suppose in this sheet, I have colored dark blue to a laptops, red to others, green to projectors, right? And I want to filter this same. And I know my legends, what does it mean? Green color is allocated to which color? So there is an option to filter by color. Go to the drop down, there is an option filter by color. Over here I can filter out the same. Suppose I'll click on green button, so you can see only the projectors with the green color have been filtered out. Okay. We'll set another criteria, filter by color to the red. Okay. Now in this data set, you can see that we have filtered the type with other as a red color and checkout by blue color in one of the cell. So filters are always additive in nature. Suppose I want to filter with red color as well as blue color, I can add a filter over here and I can select blue in this. So you can see only one entry out of 4 is there. And if I don't want to see the blue color, I can simply go to no cell. It means that the cells which have no color fill in them. So you can see out of 4, 3 entries are there. So we can add multiple criteria to this sheet. Okay. Now the filter has been applied to both the columns. In some cases, the filters may be applied to many other columns also. So how we can clear the filter? There is an option. First one is to clear the option from the filter column only. So it will clear only a specific data. It will clear only a filter from the specific column. And if I don't want to apply any filter on this, so you have to move the same. Go to the data, go to the filter option. Over here you can see a clear button at the top right corner. Okay. So you press on this, so the whole data will get cleared. But in case you want to clear the filter from a particular column, then you can use this drop down option to clear this filter. Okay. So moving further, so by color we have done, filter by date or time. Okay. So in this cell we have date column in this, column D and column E, in which checkout and check-in dates are available. So we can filter the same by date or column. So in the drop down option, you have a date filter. So you want a particular date. Suppose we have a data of 2013, right? And from May to October. Okay. So in this case, I'll simply select a particular date. I want a data, it was starting from May till October. So I'll opt for August 1, 2013. We'll change the dates over here. So in this case, I want a data which is before 1st of August 2013. I've opted a date from here and press OK. So you can see the checkout dates who have been made before 1st of August has been filtered out using this option. Similarly, you can use the after, between, today, tomorrow, yesterday, according to the requirements. Because this is just a small database which contains only 29 rows. So in the larger data sets, you can apply the filter using these date commands also. Okay. Moving further, you want to filter for top or bottom numbers. Top or bottom numbers. So in this, I have a number column as A. Okay. The number filter, click on top 10 option. So in this, it will ask for what values do you require. I need top 5 values. I'll reallocate the count over here and press OK. So you can see the top 5 values are being filtered out using this command. Similarly, if I want a bottom 5 values, select the drop down bottom from here, and I want 7 values instead of 5 in this. Press OK. So you can see we have got bottom 7 options filtered out of this data set. Is it fine? Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes, I need your responses. Okay. So moving further. So we can also filter the numbers by above average or below average. Suppose we have a salary column in this sort option, right? In this sort sheet, we have a salary column, and filter is applied over here. Okay, so you can also filter out the persons who are having the average, above average salary. So as and when you press above average salary, so it will automatically calculate the average salary and filter out the rows. So over here you can see that 489 rows out of 980 have been filtered out, who have been getting the salary more than average, right? And if I want to filter the same by below average, I click on the below average button, and you can see 491 out of 980 rows have been filtered out. Got it? So you can also filter the data by blank or a non-blank columns for a cells which we have. Suppose in this data set only, in this data set, we have some empty columns between date of joining. So we can simply use this. We can unselect all the and select the blank if we want some blank columns and we want to put some values over here. So we can simply select the blank cells from this option and press OK. So you'll be able to get the 22 rows are there out of 980 which are having blank cells. Okay, and if you want to reverse the criteria, simply select all and untick the blank option and press OK. So you can see that 958 records are available. Okay, so the next criteria is filter by cell color, font color, or icon cells. Firstly by cell color, then by font color, then by icon cells. So over here, I'll clear the filter first. Over here we have a cell color in this column, right? Any font color, I'll assign it. Red have been already signed. Okay, orange color, right? So now I want to filter this data firstly by cell color. So my cell color falls in column B. Go to the filter, select by blue color cells. Okay, so this data has been filtered out. Only 26 rows are there out of 980. And according to designation, I want to filter out the data by red font color. Press on this, you will be able to get this filter applied on this data set. So here you can see you have got the 9 rows out of 980 records of the total data sets. Yes, I'll be sharing my slides of the PPT for the previous as well as today's session after this session gets over. Right, so we can apply multiple filter criteria to the data set. Now filter by selection, that is by our own criteria, which is the third type of filter. That in this data set, firstly I need to filter by color. Suppose I want to filter by cell color. I'll select the purple one, right? So in this, only 3 rows have been filtered out of 980 records. You can try another color also by blue. Okay, we have got this 14 rows, and out of this I want a filter with cell icon red in color. So go to the filter option, select filter by color and select the icon you want to filter it out. While opted red, only a single record has been found. I'll move to the next color now. To the yellow, it's only single one, and to the green, it's 12 records out of 980. So we have applied the filter according to our own criteria. Got it? Any doubts till now? Okay, so we have tasks, another one for you people. So in this data set only, you have to apply a filter to a column by the type, so that it displays only laptops and cameras. In the filter sheet, you have to filter the column type with laptops and cameras. Another filter you have to add search for EDI brand equipment in the equipment detail column and clear both the filters. So please give me the count first. After applying these two filters, please give me the count out of the total 29 rows. What is the count you have got after applying these two filters? So your time starts now. Dear students, please note the count which you will get after each and every filter. Suppose you are applying the first filter to the type which contains laptops and cameras. Please note down the count which you are getting after applying each and every filter. type it over here. We'll discuss it afterwards. Try to complete all these tasks. We have 6 tasks in this activity. Got almost 3 minutes to complete. Tika has done. Okay. Yeah, has also completed. Good. Almost 2 minutes more to complete this activity. Anisha is also there. Last 1 minute and 15 seconds left. Yes, I want the responses of the participants, those who have completed it. Yes, your time is up. I hope all of you who have completed this activity, or still in case you want, I'll do it one by one on my data set also. Okay. Still, in case you're not able to clarify, kindly type the same in the chat box. So I'll go to the my data set. So I have to apply a filter to a column type so that it only displays laptops and cameras. So how we can do that? First we'll clear this. Go to my filter option. In the type column, I just need to add camera and laptop. So in this case, we have only a limited items available. I can simply unselect all and I select camera and laptop. So what was the count over there? What was the count? 11. Good. Good, Anjali. Okay, now I again have to apply another filter by searching the EDI brand equipment in the equipment detail column. So I'll move again to my data set. In the equipment detail column, I want to search for EDI brand. So over here, I can also text filter using this command, okay, which I'll opt for contains EDI and press OK. So 4 is the next answer. That's good, that's good. I hope you people are with me. The second part of this activity, 4 is the answer. Yes, participants, I need your responses. So third one was to clear both the filters. So simply go to this clear option to be able to clear both the filters in this. Okay. So next was to use a text filter to view the data that does not contain the word Saris. Okay. So text filter, I need to use the text filter over here. So you can see in the equipment detail column, there is a word Saris. So over here, I'll go to this text filter and does not contain the word Saris. So what's the count? Before I apply the filter, what's the count in this? Yes, anyone? 4. Saurabh, I'm getting 16. Actually, you are right. User also saying 16. Kindly check your filter criteria. Okay, Saurabh, you are with me now. Right. Coming to the next task. Use and date filter to display only the equipment that was checked out in September 2013. So in this checked out column, I can opt for the date filter for the products which are checked out in September 2013. So I unselect all and take this option and press OK. So you've got 4 options in this. That's great. Right, and the last is using the number filter, display all items with an ID below 3000. So in the ID column, I'll use number filter with less than 3000. Press OK. I've got 2 in this. Okay, Anjali, I hope you have cleared all the filters and then applied this. Okay. So that's why you are getting 10. But in my case, I have applied additive filters in this, and so I've got 2 records out of 29 only. Right? And if you clear the filters and then apply the same, was less than 3000, then you get 12 records. Actually, it's 12 in this case, not 10. Less than 3000. Yes, it's 12. Got it? Any doubts for the sorting and filter options? Shall we move further? Okay, so moving on to the pivot table. What are pivot table? Pivot table is basically a program tool which allows you to recognize and summarize the selected columns and rows of a data in a spreadsheet or a database. And in case you want to obtain a desired report or a results. So the pivot table does not actually change the spreadsheet or database itself. It creates a summarized statement as per your requirements. So it's a basically a table which builds a unique values because it summarizes the data and used to find the unique values in the sheet. So how can I pivot a table So you can simply select any of the source in the data, click on the insert tab. I'll tell you when the data set also. Click on the insert tab of the table and click on the pivot table button. In this, you create a pivot table dialog box and check the data and click OK. And you can drag the labels according to the row areas. Okay. So how we can pivot the table? So we can move to the third sheet of this data set, in which I'm just going to highlight the first row. If you can do it in your data sets also, just highlight the first row and make the cells bold so that it can be able to differentiate between the data and the header rows. Okay, so in this, I need to study my data set first. So what is my data all about? So this is a data of 244 rows exactly. In this data set, we have a data containing some sales record of a company, right? And in this, we have a columns with the order date, that on which date the order has been placed, in which region the order has been placed, for which city the order has been placed, according to the category and product, which product has been placed, in how much quantity it has been placed, and what was the unit price and the total price of the product. Okay, so we have this much of data set with us. So being a head of this company, if I want to see the sale of the products region wise, so pivot table is the best tool which will be able to help me out. So how we can do that? Click on any of the cell in this data, go to the insert option. Okay, go to the insert option, click on the table. This pivot table, click on the table first. So you're able to see a dotted line along with the data set around the corners of the data set. Is it visible or noticeable? I'll go very slow in this. I'll repeat again. If I want to apply a pivot table in this data set, click on any of the cell in this data set, go to insert option, click on table. So you'll be able to see the dotted line along with this data set. In case you don't want to have this entire data set on which you want to apply for a pivot table, you can also select your table over here. Okay, and in this you have a data headers. So click on this option. By default, it is already ticked. Press OK. So you'll be able to see that this data has been converted into a table format now. Okay. This data has been converted into a table format. You can also change the type of the table according to your requirement. Suppose I want table style in this format. I'll select this. You can do it according to your choice. Okay. Now I again go back to the insert option. Now you have created a table in this. Okay. So we have two options, that is a recommended pivot tables or a pivot table we want to create by our choice, right? As I was talking about that we want to have a region-wise total sale of the products. So how we can do that? We can go to the pivot table option. Okay, again it will select the entire data and press OK. So you want to create a pivot in this new worksheet or existing worksheet. I'll simply say on a new worksheet I want to create it. Press OK. So you will be able to see a sheet 1 has been created in between the pivot and filter workbox. Okay. So now in the pivot table fields, we'll be able to see this 4 quarters over here. One is for filter, one is for column, Another one is for rows and values. So in this, I want a region-wise report. So I'll simply drag and drop these fields into the areas where I want the data. Suppose I'll select a region and I'll drag it to the rows quadrant. Drag and drop. So you can see over here, there are only two regions available in this data set, that is East and West. Okay. And I want the total quantity which have been sold out in these regions. So what I'll do, I'll drag and drop this quantity to the values column. Okay. So over here, we can simply see that in the East region, 9656 quantities have been sold, and in the West region, it's only 5786. So it's easily comparable. Out of total 15,442, 15442, the East region is having a maximum sale and the West region is having lesser sale than East region. So in this way, we can easily got the analysis of our data set, which was around, how many rows were there? So I think 244 rows were there. Yes. So we have got exactly that what was the total quantity. It is only a sum of quantities. Over here in this values column, I want a sum of quantities, so it has automatically. And in case we want, okay, I'll give another example. I'll clear out this filters from here. We have city, category, product, quantity. Okay. If I want to see that in which region, right, I'll drag this into the column label. So you can see the East and West have been now displayed in the column label because I have dragged this into the column option. Earlier it was in rows. Now in the East and West region, I want city wise. City, I'll go to rows. So in my rows, city has been displayed, and in the region, in the columns, the regions have been displayed. Suppose, and I want how much quantity of this products have been sold according to the city and region wise. So I'll drag this quantity to the values column. Okay. Now you can see that earlier we have this much of data, but now we have got additional column with city in this. So you can see the city wise sale of the products according to this data set. I'll repeat it again. Okay. So what other forms we can present the data? Suppose my region was in columns, but I want the region to be placed in the rows column also. So I'll simply take the region from the column to the rows quadrangle. So you can see in the East region, we have only two cities, that is Boston and New York, with this much of sales. And on the West, we have Los Angeles and San Diego with this much of sale with this, right? And we have got total of East as well as West in this. So this is another form to present our data, or we have got multiple options to explore it over here, how we can present the data according to a choice. Suppose in this same table, I want to add the category also. I'll simply take this category and take it down to the rows column. Now you can see that in the East region, this Boston city, the sale of bars is 1827, sale of cookies is 2706, sale of crackers, snacks, and the total sale of Boston. Again, in the New York City, according to the category, we have got the sale of the products according to the category. Got it? Okay, I'll repeat the process again. I clear it out. First of all, I just want to see what I want from my database. I need to analyze that what I want from this data set. We have this much of data set, right? And what I need to extract it out of this data set. So I'll repeat the process again. Go to the insert tab, click on the table option. You will get a boundary dotted lines against your data set, right? Press OK. You will get a table out of it. Now click onto the pivot table option. Select OK. Now you have got 4 quadrangles over there, 4 quarters over there. Now I need to filter the data. I need to get the data according to the date now. Okay, according to order date. So I'll simply go to the order date. Now you can see over here we have got the years in this. We've got the years that in 2020 this much of sale was there, and 2021 this much of sale was there. So how we can do that? In the years, I'll simply take this quantity to the values column. Okay. So in 2020, we have got 8325 units sold, and in 2021, it's 7117. So it is clearly showing us that the sale have been decreased from 2020 with respect to 2021. In 2021, the sale has been declined. Otherwise, it was not visible in this sheet anywhere. In this data set, we were unable to see the decline of sale in the year 2021. Okay. From this sheet, we are able to see that the sale have been decreased in the year 2021. Now we can further expand this data. There is a plus button over here. You can simply press this. Okay. 2020 as well as 2021. So you can see the data has been divided into the 4 quarters. Quarter 1, 2, 3, 4. If I further want to expand it, click on plus. You can see the sale according to the year that in January 716 units were sold, in February 394 were sold, and in March 743 were sold. Simply we can see in quarter 2 also, quarter 3 and quarter 4. It will keep on expanding the data as and when we click on plus button. So over here we can able to see the clear picture. Are we able to see? Yes, I need your feedback. Am I clear? Right, thank you. So in this example, we can able to see that we are able to compare the sale between both the years, right? And if I want to compare the sale of the quarter 1 and quarter 1 of both the years, so we can simply see that it's 716 in January and it's 573 in January 2021 as compared to 2020. Okay, there is a decline in the sale of the product. What about in February? The sale has been raised to 561 units and according to 394 units which were sold in 2020 February month. And what about in March? It has again came down from 743 to 690 units. So in this way, we can easily compare our reports and present our reports to our management. right? This was one of the example. So what other things we can create out of this? Yes, any ideas from your side? Just type it on your chat box. What other things we can extract from this data set? Okay, how we can prepare the data quarterly? I'll repeat it again. So in this data set, we were having an order date in this. I'll simply take this order date towards my row column. Over here, you can see both the years have came, right? And I want to see the total quantity of the products that have been sold. I'll take the quantity into the values column. Okay. You got up to this point. I've taken the order date to the row column and I've taken the quantity to the values column. Okay. So there is a plus sign button in this. You simply press this plus sign. Okay. So the data has been divided into the 4 quarters according to the date. So now I want to compare this data of quarter 2 with quarter 2 of 2021. So as and when I press plus button in quarter 2, it has been expanded. That is April, May and June month are being displayed. So we can compare the sale now. In 2020 April month, 587 units were sold. Okay. And in 2021, 683 units have been sold, which is clearly depicting the variation between the 2 years of April month, right? In the same way, we can study that 635 units were sold in May 2020 and now in May 2021, it's 592. There is a drop of a sale in May 2021 as compared to May 2020. Okay, and there is a major drop in June month of 2021. So in this way, we can easily able to compare the quarter-wise sales of both the years. So what will happen if I take the years into column? If I take this year into column, what will happen? Just see. Is it more convenient to read it like this? Suppose quarter-wise report is there. If I want to compare the data, earlier I was comparing row-wise, right? Now I am comparing it column-wise. So it is more convenient for me. Suppose I want to compare the quarter 4 sales between both the years. So over here, it's like this only. You can also highlight that in October 2020, it was 821 units, and now 2021, it's 605 units only. In this month, the sale have been declined, and in the November, it has been again picked up. In December, it has again been declined. So is it easy to study like this, or it was easy to study like this? Anjali said column wise is easy. Okay, Akshita, thank you for the feedback. So you can mold the data. You have seen that I have molded the data according to my requirements. So this is the beauty of a pivot table. We can mold the data according to our requirement also. Okay. Now we take another example in this. We have a order date. I'll take the region against this. And I'll take this quantity in the value column. So on expanding the data, you'll be able to see, suppose I'm comparing only quarter 1 region wise. So is it difficult for me to compare like this? And if I take the year in the column, is it easy for me to compare like this? Right? And if I want to make it more easy, I can take the region also into the column over here. I have a region in the rows. If I take this region into the column, now is it more easy again to compare it like this? So in this case, we can design our pivot table according to our requirement. So this was one of the way to compare the data according to the year, according to the quarter and region against this, right? And this was the second option. So it is a comprehensive, we can easily extract the results out of this. So this way you can easily prepare a pivot table out of this data set, okay? Right. So in this data set, right, we have created a pivot table according to our requirements, and some of the recommended pivot tables are already given by Microsoft Excel. We can see what he has created. Click on recommended pivot table. Over here, you will be able to see that it has created a table which contains the city-wise sum of unit price. Okay. Second is sum of total price. City-wise, this was sum of unit price by city. This was sum of total price by city. This is the sum of quantity and sum of total price by city. Okay. This is the sum of total price by category. So almost we'll be able to get each and every data out of this recommended tables. But in case you want to reorient the same, you can also do the same. Okay. Suppose I want to create this table. I'll press OK. So you'll be able to see that automatically the table has been created. I need not to take this and drag the option over column and in rows column. It has automatically created as per the recommendation. But in this case, if I don't want the order date, I'll simply remove this. How can I remove? In this row quadrangle, there is a drop down option. Click on this. There is an option to remove the field. Right? So you'll be able to see the extra column which was there has been now removed. And the region wise and category wise code is prepared. So you can shift or add the data according to your choice. So what is the total in this entire data? It's 15442. Is it like this only? Right? So in case we have a data, so in this data we were having 244 rows, right? And we have created this data was till December 2021, right? And in case we have added another year of data, suppose as on date we have got a data till December 2022. So what is the process to do, or what is the process to add the data into the same table? So suppose I'm taking these number of rows only. I'll copy and paste this data in this. Okay. Then go to yes. In the last option, there is an option to design this. Earlier we were having table till 245 rows. Now we have added the data against this table. So we'll resize the table again. We click on the resize table option. You can see, as and when you can drag the data, you can see only that data 240 till 245 rows have been added. Now I want data to 255 rows. So I'll change the same over here. I'll simply add 255 and press OK. So you'll be able to see that the table has been added in 255 rows. Okay. So in our previous data, in this sheet, total count was 15442. Okay. Now, what if the data has been added? What if the data has been added? Just give me a minute, I'll tell you. In this pivot sheet, now the rows has been increased. 10 rows have been added. Earlier it was 244 rows, and now we have added these much of rows into the data set. Okay. If I could change the date over here, I'll put it 2022. Okay, I have changed the dates of these data sets to 2022. 11 rows has been added. Now, this was my already created summary report. Now I want to update this summary report. How we can do that? There is an option to, we have already added the table. Okay. So over here, we can have a look that we have already changed the data source. It has been added till 255 rows, press OK. And there is an option to refresh it. As and when you click on it, the data will change accordingly. As of now, it's 96565786 in the east and west region, and total is 15442. When I press refresh button, you can see the data has been changed because it has taken the fresh data into the consideration. So in this way, you can add more data to this table, and without changing the structure of this, you can easily refresh your data and get the updated results out of this. Got it? Yes, I want your feedback. Have you got this? Okay, I'll give you some time to act on this data. You can use this data also. You can do this pivot table on this pivot sheet only. This will be convenient for you. Okay, so I'll give 5 minutes for you to perform this activity. From this pivot table, we can also create some charts or graphs using this summary reports. Go to the insert column and click on the chart or the type which you want. Press OK. You can see your data is presented graphically also. You want me to repeat the entire process, or you want to be repeat this how we can create a graph or a chart? Okay, I'll repeat it again. So this was our summary report, which we have prepared using a pivot table option. Okay, click on any of the cell in this table, go to the insert option, right? We have charts over here. You can move to the recommended charts, right? And select the type of the chart you want. Suppose I want this type of chart, or I want this type of chart only. Press OK. So you'll be able to get a visually displayed chart in which the east region is depicted by blue color and west by red color. So in this you can also add a data labels to this. Click on the data labels, so you'll be able to get the values also in this chart. You can copy this chart and take it anywhere in any of the reports. Suppose you are presenting the report in a PPT, or you are presenting the report in a Word file or a PDF file. So you can simply copy this chart and you can take it anywhere you want to paste it. Is it fine? Any doubts? It's very simple. You'll be able to get this by practice only. Ritika, can you give some demonstration to the participants if I'll allow you to share your screen in any of the data set, either in the sort, filter, or pivot table? A small demonstration. Yes, anyone, any participant? How we can use the pivot table? Only a small table, either with 2 or 3 components, not more than that. Yes, anyone? Nobody? Okay, okay. So is it fine, or can we move ahead with our next part of our session? Any doubts? Yes, I want your feedback, participants. Shall we move ahead, or some doubt is there? Okay, Shubham, I'll repeat it again for you. He wants more clarity. I'll use another data set. Okay, I'll use this sort data set. In this, I have IDs with me and staff type with me, name of the people according to the designation, and date of joining and salary, right? So in this, I want to create a data set. So first remove all the colors from the sheet. Okay, in this data set, we have a staff type, we have a name and designation. Okay, and I want to apply a data pivot table to this table. I'll go to insert, go to the table option, press OK. It has been converted to a table, right? So again go to the insert option and go to the pivot table. Press OK. A new worksheet has been created. So I want the staff type, that how many types of staff are being deployed in an organization, simply go to the staff type and drag to the row column. Okay, you'll be able to see the uniqueness of the staff type, that we have got only 8 types of staff who are working in a particular organization. Okay, and I want the count, that how many administrative, how many cooks, how many drivers, how many electrical people, how many maintenance people are there. So I'll simply drag and drop the staff type into the values column. Okay, so here I've got that we have got 2 administrative staff, 7 cooks are there, 28 drivers are there, 63 electrical staff are there, 167 maintenance, and so on. So we have total count of 980 people in this data set. Okay. Is it clear, Shubham, now? Till this point of time? Okay. So in this data set, now I want that how many types of designations are there against each staff type. So I'll simply take these designations into the rows. Now you can see only a security guard is there, 2 security guards are there against administrative. Cook and kitchen helper are there against cook category, right? Driver is against driver, electrician, generator operator, labor and welder are there in electrical, and along with the count that 59 electricians are there, 2 generator operators are there, 1 labor is there, and 1 welder is there, along with the total of electrical staff. In the maintenance, we have AC helpers 10 in numbers, AC technicians 4 in numbers, carpenters 22 in numbers. So in this way, we can simplify our table. Okay, Shubham, got it? So proceeding further to our next leg of presentation, let me close this data set because it is not required anymore. So I'll again share one of the data set. You can download the data set from the chat box. Have you got the data set downloaded? Okay. Now the next part of our presentation is data visualization through Excel. Now you have seen that we have created a summarized table out of the pivot option, which we have used just now, and how we can visualize the same through Excel. Just a small example, which we have created a table, bar graph in this pivot table option. Okay. So what is basically a chart? Chart is a visual representation of data in both columns and rows and is used to analyze the trends and pattern in the data sets. Suppose in that example, we have seen the year-wise or the region-wise sale of the products, which will be able to analyze it clearly from the charts as well as the table. And we have been, suppose, recording with the sales figure in the Excel for the past 3 years. Over in this data, we were using 2 years data, and in this example we are having the sale figures of the past 3 years, and using the charts we can easily tell which year had the most sales and which year had the please see. So you can also draw the charts and compare the targets against the actual achievements. So what are the different types of charts which are available in MS Excel? We'll move further and discuss the types of the charts. First is the column chart, which is used when we want to compare the values across a few categories, which runs vertically, okay? And bar chart is the same, where we want to compare the values across a few categories, but it runs horizontally. Basic difference is column charts runs vertically and the bar chart runs horizontally. Right? Next is the line chart. When you want to visualize the trend over a period of time, that is during the duration, particular duration that we want to compare the trend within the days, months, years. And stacked bar chart, when we want to compare many different items which show the composition of each being compared. We'll show you in the examples as well as in the data set which we have provided. And last is the pie chart, when you want to quantify items that are shown them as percentage. Someone has asked in the chat box how we can show this the same into a percentage. So the pie chart is used. Govind has asked in the chat box that how to show percentage in the chart, sorry, right? So with the help of a pie chart, Govind, we will be able to show the percentages. So what is a column chart? A column chart is used to show a comparison among the different items over a period of time. And what is the best practice for the designing a column chart? You can use consistent colors throughout the chart and select accent colors to highlight the meaningful data points. Right? Use horizontal labels to improve the readability. Suppose we have added the data labels in the previous chart which we have created. The labels were horizontally added, so we can easily able to read it out what is extracted out of the data set. Okay. So this is an example of a bar chart in which we can easily able to see. But in this example, you will be able to see that the data labels are missing. So we'll be able to not able to exactly define how much quantity is available over here. Suppose in October 2014, we can just judge by our mind that it's approximately near to 30. But as and when we add data labels to this data set, so we'll be able to get it clearly that what this bar chart is representing. So we'll open the data set. So have you opened this data set along with me? Right? In this, we have a column, bar, line, stack, and pie chart. We'll be able to cover this by end of this day. So in this column chart, we are having student 1 to student 12 with their marks, right? But student 1 have scored 21 marks, student 2 have scored 15 marks, 3 have scored 25, and so on. So how we can create a chart out of this? So you need to select or simply press on any of the cell, go to insert, right? Go to recommended charts, or else you have a small icons over here. Insert column or a bar chart, or any of the options you want to. Suppose I'll go to recommended charts over here. I'll go to the all charts, right? I want to create a column chart out of it. I'll select this column chart, and these two options are available with me. So I'll go for this chart, press this chart type, and click on OK. you'll be able to see a chart with different 12 colors have been created, and we can resize the chart according to our space. Okay. Now there is a plus sign over here. There is a plus sign over here. You can click and add the data labels. You can click the plus sign and simply add the data labels. So you'll be able to see that how much marks have been scored by each and every student. It's clearly visible. You can also assign in this chart title. You can double click on this and can rename. If you want to get it renamed, you can double click on this. Suppose these are the marks scored by students, right? So you have renamed this. This is one of the example of the column chart which we have created, right? We can also change the colors according to our choice. Suppose in this chart I want to change the color of this blue one, right? So simply select this blue color and you'll be able to see that 4 dots will be appearing on the each corner of this. So go to the format option, right? You have an option to shape fill. I want a red color in this. Select the red color and the color will be changed automatically, right? Suppose in this orange color, I don't want to fill this yellow, right? Sometimes the color are overlapping, so we want clear-cut demarcation between these number of students or these stacks. Okay, so we can change the color according to our choice also, right? So you can also change the design of this chart. Go to the design option. You can select this type of design also, this type of design also. Many designs will be there in your Excel version. So my suggestion is that go for the appropriate design which is clearly visible, right? And is presentable in professionals. So I'll opt for this design, and in this design I'm just noticing one thing, that marks scored by students are not clearly visible, rather gray color is allocated to this. So I want to change it to black color. I'll go to this home option and select color as a black, and I can also bold the same and increase the size of this my header in this column chart. Okay, is it fine? So you've got numerous options. You can go and explore this. You want to change the colors according to the options provided by the system. You can opt for the same also. If you want to switch the rows and columns, you can also do that. You want to change, suppose you have created this chart type and now you want to create another type of a chart, right? Earlier we have selected this, but now I want to select this type of chart. I simply press OK and click on this. The chart type has been changed. Right? So moving further, any queries as of now till column chart? Okay. So coming to the bar graphs. A bar graph basically is a horizontal column chart that is used to avoid the clutter when one data label is going long and you have more than 10 items to compare. Suppose in this example only, we were having, I think, 12 number of students, right? 12 number of students, and our graph was expanding towards the right hand side. So we can also use a bar graph in this case. Okay, and the best practice will remain the same for all the types of charts. So this is an example of a bar chart in which the clear cut presentation is shown there. We can also create a bar chart in our data set. So this is our data set and we want to create a chart. Click on insert, click on recommended charts, go to all charts. Otherwise bar chart is also there. You can see over this. You can simply select this, or you can go to all charts and select bar. So I want a color chart in this. Then select this one, press OK, the chart will be prepared. Right? Don't forget to add column data labels to this bar graph. Sometimes we don't put this table, right, and we simply copy and paste this chart to our presentations. So with the help of table, an examiner would be able to relate this table with this chart. But in case of absence of this table, you will not be able to get the clear-cut picture. So please don't forget to add these data labels, okay? So in this case, if I don't want this chart title, I can simply select this chart title and delete this. Okay? Is it clear? Easy? And good to present? Right. Moving further, a line graph, which is used to reveal the trend or a progress over a period of time. So this is an example how we can create a line graph, which is going to depict the trend according to the days, according to the months, or a year. So we go to a data set. In this, we have data which contain a year-wise number of units sold of a particular product. Suppose we have a data of 6 years from 2013 to 2018 with the number of units sold. So how we can go this? Go to insert option, go to recommended charts. You can see the beauty of this Excel. It will automatically show the line graphs. Else you can also change it according to your requirement. Go to the line, right? I want to opt for this. Press OK. So you can see it's clear cut showing the trends according to the number of years. I'll again add data labels to this. You will be able to see the highest sale of the products or number of units sold went in 2017. Okay. You can also change the design according to our requirement. You can see the variation. So I'll opt this type of chart. And I want the line color to be changed. So is it clear and visible? Any queries as of now? that what type of chart to be used where and how to create a chart. It's very simple. Right, moving ahead, stacked or a bar chart. This is used to compare many different items and show the composition of each item being compared. In this chart, we are able to compare each and every item in relation to another. So this is an example. Suppose over here you can see the labels depicting the sale in October 2013. Right, this blue color represents October 2013. This orange color represents November 2013 and number of records which have been sold. Okay, we'll take our example. We'll shift to our data set. Suppose we have student 1 to student 10, right? And we have the marks of the students from different subjects, that is mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. Okay, we have these type of data set with us. Now we want to compare the marks scored by each and every students in each and every subject. So we'll use a start chart in this case. So we'll go to insert option, go to recommended charts, right? Go to all charts. Over here, in the column chart only, this is another type of column chart. There is a second option, stacked column. Click on this. Okay. So according to me, this is more readable rather than this. Okay, because over here, I'm getting the students count in between and subjects at the label side. But over here, we have got student-wise marks scored by a particular candidate in each subject. So I'll prefer this type of chart and press OK. Expanding and increasing the size and adding a data label to this. You can simply see the marks scored by a student S1, student 1 to student 10 in mathematics subject. Blue color represent your mathematics subject. So you'll be easily able to compare that student 5 is the highest scorer in mathematics, right? Is it visible and comparable? Similarly, we can compare the marks scored by students in physics, in chemistry, and in biology. Is it fine? Are you able to compare the marks scored by each and every student in each and every subject within the class? Right? So moving further, last part of our chart, that is the pie chart. It shows a static number and how categories represent a part of whole. It is basically, pie chart is used to show the segmentation that needs an equal division amongst 100%, right? So pie chart is always in percentage. So this is an example of a pie chart. We move to our data set now. So we have got data of sector-wise data and a market share, that agriculture sector have occupied 46% of the market share, health sector has occupied 24%, and education with 30%, right? We have got this data set and the total is 100, coming up to this 100. So How to create is as simple. Click on insert, recommended chart. It's already there, a pie chart, but I don't want this chart. I want into a 3D pie. So I'll select a 3D pie in this, or I want a pie in a donut shape. I can also select this donut shape and press OK. So you can see the 3D pie chart has been created. I'll add a data label to this. So it's clearly depicting the market share, right? In this case, my data labels are not clearly visible, right? So I'll select my data labels. I can format it according to my choice. I'll increase the size of these data labels first. I'll change the color to the black. I hope now it's visible now. Yes, is it fine now? Any queries related to the charts? Because these are the basic charts which we use in our daily routine for analysis purpose, for some comparison purpose, or drawing inferences out of the data set. Yes, any queries as of now? So I've done my part of this presentation for today's session, right? So in case you want to have any queries, please let me know. No queries, all clear. So Seem sir, that is all from my side. Over to you.
Uh, Thank you, Puneet sir. It was a wonderful session.
Thank you so much, sir.
I hope everybody have gone through all the things uh, in a great sense, and even it was a great knowledgeable session by which everybody will be satisfied, and even they all will practice, and our students will also go through all these features which are very important part of the Excel. And again, thank you, Puneet sir, and our director ma'am, Guinea ma'am, Manish sir, and Dr. Ajay Bamba sir. And thank you, students, for attending this wonderful session. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.